Was a time in the past that there was some type of rumor that time she lost weight, that it was because her husband had a side chick. But eventually, the rumor went away. Mercy Johnson continued to post her and her husband in a happy mood with the children and everything. But then, just yesterday, I think it was Cutie Jules or some popular blogger that is known to break news. And usually, when they break this news, it turns out to be true. Remember Two Face? It broke out that Two Face was arrested in London. Two Face debunked it. And what happened at the end? We saw a video of Two Face being arrested. Anyway, back to our story today. So the story is that Mercy Johnson found out that the husband had a side chick. She didn't say anything, she didn't do anything. Eventually, the side chick got pregnant, and according to the reports, the side chick and the husband agreed to keep the baby. So the husband got a place, a house for the side chick, and he equipped the house with a maid to serve the side chick. So after some time, the side chick lost the baby. And when taken to the hospital, it was medically confirmed that the baby was aborted, or that she took something that made the baby to be aborted. It wasn't just natural loss of pregnancy. So, with further investigation, they found out that the maid that had been living with the girl, serving the girl, cooking for the girl, was somehow affiliated with Mercy Johnson. I don't know if they were related or somehow, but somehow affiliated with Mercy Johnson. So that raised questions. And according to reports, Mercy Johnson was even brought in for questioning. And of course, she denied any allegation. The maid denied any allegation. Until now, nobody knows exactly what happened. And there is no strong enough evidence to pin anything on Mercy Johnson or the maid. So that's where we are at this point. So all this while, the husband didn't know that Mercy Johnson knew. He became scared that he broke up with the side chick, allegedly. That is the news out there. So this will not be the first time that Mercy Johnson's name is making news when it comes to doing something of that nature. Maybe buying somebody or being involved with voodoo and all that. There's actually a lady, I can't think of her name, maybe I will insert it somewhere, that have come out full force to accuse Mercy Johnson and her mother of stealing her star. It's
Mercy Johnson are rich.
changing her star, doing things to her, and to many other Nollywood people. Angelo Courier, not too long ago, have also come out accusing Mercy Johnson of all manners of atrocities, saying that Mercy Johnson is evil. There was a time Mercy Johnson lost a lot of weight unexpectedly. She was advertising tea, trying to say that she lost weight because of the slimming tea or some type of tea she was selling. Angelo Courier started posting cryptic messages saying, and I think even at some point she called her out directly, saying that it was her sins that is catching up to her, that it was no slimming tea.
Slimming tea. Slimming tea. Ikea taposia. Allah taposia. Ebenina taposia na sister.
And there was nothing going on but her sins that is catching up to her. That is all the evil she has done in the past that is finally catching up to her. Karma. And there was a post Angelo Courier made saying that Mercy Johnson should go and apologize.
She went spiritual for me. So imagine say I done the math for street now. Waiting for them to happen.
To people. But anyway, that's just lay background, because when I had this again, I was like, Mercy Johnson again? Why are all these people constantly associating her with all these evil deeds? Interesting. I guess we will never know, because Mercy Johnson is not the one to respond. There is something you must know about Mercy Johnson. Mercy Johnson is not going to say pim to you. So now I'm going to use this as an opportunity to define the different types of women, the way they react when cheated on, tell you maybe the advantages and maybe some of the disadvantages. Now, I want to make it clear that no matter what, if you find that your husband is cheating, I don't think it's fair, not to say that I believe Mercy Johnson did that, nobody knows, but I don't think it's fair to harm an innocent child. The child didn't do anything, the child is innocent. In case for some women that may be thinking, oh wow, Mercy Johnson, you did that, that's a good thing. I don't think that's the way to go. Because at the end of the day, you have not solved the problem. The man will still cheat. He will just find another female. Somebody else will still get pregnant. So the problem have not been dealt with. You just avoided this one. How many babies are you going to take out? How many will you even find out about? So what I'm trying to say is to discourage the women who will be getting ideas from this story is not the way to go. Also, I will want to use this opportunity to also discourage the side chicks. Mind you, it's not every woman that you will cheat or sleep with their husband and they will let you go free. Some women are crazy. Some women will not allow that. Some women will look for the revenge. So let it also be a learning experience or a learning tool for some of your side chicks. If possible, there's so many single men out there. Why the married ones? And if you want to go with the married ones, just know that it may not be a very safe adventure. Just have that in mind because you don't know who is crazy. You don't know whose head they touch. You think your head they touch? You don't know what that woman have invested that they would rather buy or unalive themselves than to see the man give their sweat to another woman. So let's be careful out there. You never know. Even if they don't go that route, some of them just their prayers. Be careful who you hurt because there are some people that are so prayerful and God will listen to their tears. You don't want to be a point of prayer for another woman that is in pain. You don't want to be. If you have been, ask for forgiveness. But don't make it a lifestyle because some women may not go that route, but they will deal with you on their knees. So I want everybody to be careful. This is a warning shot to the women. This is a warning shot to the so-called side chicks. Now back to our story. I want to use this opportunity to tell you the different ways that women react to cheating. So what caught, excuse me guys, I'm all stuffy. What caught my attention most in this story is not really the cheating, is the reaction and what people expected. So people were expecting to hear that Mercy Johnson did this, did that. It wasn't until today from the news or what we're hearing, she still never confronted the husband, or maybe she did and they didn't make it out in the news. But anyway, now the first way most women will react to cheating is the exploder. They react, they throw things, they break things, they shout, they go after the woman, leave my husband alone, or they go after the husband, why, how could you do this to me? They cry, they scream, they do it all. Now, the good part about that is the emotions will come out. You are not holding in those emotions. But the bad part of that is that decisions can suffer. Because in that way, you don't make good decisions. You have laid out everything. You are not strategic. So that's not the way to go. The second group of women are the ones in denial, the denial women. They pretend like nothing is happening. They keep posting their pictures online. That's when you will even see the Coco happy pictures with the man. They're psyching themselves into believing that nothing is happening. Maybe the woman will eventually go away. The good part about these women is they have this temporary emotional safety. They're not suffering because they're not even allowing themselves to feel the pain. The bad part about it is they will be stuck in a bad situation for a long time. Healing is prolonged, dealing with the situation is prolonged, not because eventually they will have to deal with the situation. How long will they be in denial for? So that's the bad part of that one. The third type of women reaction when cheated on is the strategist. They're calm, they don't talk, they don't react, they strategize, they monitor, they get information, they observe, they plan. The good part of these ones is they gain control. They have control of what is happening. The bad part of it is they end up being resentful because they're carrying all that thing inside. They're not letting out the emotion in any type of way. So resentment is the bad part of it. And the last type of reaction that women give when they get cheated on is the suppressor. They suppress everything. They suppress the what is happening. They just act like everything is normal, but they still feel the pain. They choose to bear it alone. They choose not to disrupt their home or disrupt the children or whatever, and they just carry it. Eventually, that type is bad because it can turn into depression, long-term depression. It can turn into anxiety. It can turn into resentment. It can turn into a whole lot of things because anything that is not processed doesn't go away. It's in there sometime. It's in there somewhere. It's just waiting for the right time. This may be okay for some time because it's good to be able to hold yourself from reacting to everything, but over a period of time is not good because it can turn into everything else. Of course, it is a way of emotional safety, but long term is not a good thing because I believe these are the women that can lose it. These are the women that can snap because they've suppressed it for so long. These are the women that can just blow up from nowhere. So it's not a good thing. I believe for my women, if something happens that you're not okay with, be able to say you're not okay with it, be able to discuss it, be able to strategize. Everything done in moderation is okay. Just know when to do it, how to do it. It's okay to discuss things, it's okay to strategize if you need to make a move because you don't want to make a move that will land you in trouble. For example, if you're a woman that is 100% dependent on your husband and you go bust out, you pack your things, you leave, where are you going? You won't have a place to stay unless you have a place to stay. But most of the time, you may not have a way to take care of the kids, pay the children's school fees. So you should be able to strategize if you want to react in a certain way. So all these reactions, none of them is entirely wrong or right. You can't say this is wrong or this is right. Everybody should do what works for them, but whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it in wisdom. Make sure you're having emotional intelligence because the people that explode anyhow, anywhere, that is also not good. Because that is why you see that some people that have been caught on tape misbehaving outside is because they could not hold themselves. If something happens, you should be able to hold yourself till a certain time. It just means you shouldn't hold it and keep holding it. So I hope we all got something from this video. As for Messi Johnson, we're still watching the news, we're still waiting. Maybe things will unfold, maybe it will not, we don't know. We will keep looking at it, but I have a feeling we may never know if it's actually true or if it's not true, because a lot of things that have come out about Messi Johnson eventually just dies like that. Messi Johnson is not going to come to say yes or say no, and of course she's a smart girl. People don't have any evidence on her. Nobody can say this is what she did, this is not what she did, and this is my evidence. We may never know if she's truly evil or if she's not. But if you ask my opinion, she looks so sweet, she seems so sweet, she just doesn't seem like somebody that is doing all these things people are saying. She doesn't. But on the other hand, I have learned, I have had enough experience to know that looks can be deceiving. So in conclusion, we don't know. She could be innocent. She could be partly innocent. She may not be. Who knows? So that brings me to the conclusion of this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop your opinion down below. What category do you fall in? Do you have any experience? Do you have any advice for women? After all, this channel is where we talk about celebrities and we use it as a tool to learn what is already happening, that is already out there. We use it as a tool to learn so more of us can prevent things from happening. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out. And put your comment down below so we can continue to learn from one another. Until next time, I'm Dr. Precious and may God bless you. Bye.